University gets second period goals from Bo Sicki, Jack Henry Muha, and Jack Barrow, and hangs on down the stretch. And it was tedious, but they were able to get it done for a 4-3 victory over arch rival Shaker Heights. On Saturday night in a Kent District semifinal, the Preppers move on to take on Gilmore in another Battle of Somme, another chapter in that rivalry. On Friday night for the Kent District final, after the Lancers were able to dispatch Menor 2-1 in overtime in the early semifinal. As far as the way this game played out, obviously it was a little difficult there late, but I thought throughout, U.S. did very well in setting the tone with the way that they scrap for pucks along the boards. And the thing is, in high school hockey, a lot of times those scraps along the boards, it's just puck freezing. There's no intent. Nothing gets accomplished. It just, guys just kicking around, not really doing anything. But I think U.S. does well to be intelligent in those moments, trying to kick the puck out, trying to poke, puck around the boards to try to cycle, just trying to do whatever they can to make it difficult and for the other team. And, the forecheck was good from the Preppers, I thought, for large stretches of this game, like I said, especially along the boards, and just really overall just tenacious throughout this game, just hanging in there and finding the goals when they needed to. We saw a lot of the trademarks that we're used to from university hockey throughout this hockey game. Like I said, just being able to be tenacious along the boards, putting screeners in front, moving the puck well, those nice little chip passes through the neutral zone to try to create some odd mans, just different things that we're used to from U.S. Obviously not an ideal start, falling behind 1-0 there on that nice banger by Devin Campbell for the Red Raiders early for Shaker to make it a 1-0 hockey game, but then U.S. is able to get that goal late in the opening period. Barrow throws a puck on net, and Tyler Alt does well to clean up the rebound to make it a 1-1 game going into the second period. And again, there in the second period, tenacity along the boards, moving the puck well, displaying a lot of energy, and key sequence there early in the period. Obviously, those two goals at the end of the period were enormous from Jack Henry and Jack. But that sequence there early in the period where U.S. goes on the power play, Critter Coughlin with a huge shorthanded stop there on Shaker to keep it a 1-1 game, and then less than a minute later, Bo Sicki does well to skate in from the boards and slot a wrister short side to give U.S. a 2-1 lead. And I really thought Osicki and Barrow played very well as blue liners tonight, as two-way defensemen. Maybe the best that I've ever seen both of those junior defensemen play. Really in this game, they had complete games, contributing in the offensive zone. Osicki in the opening period had a couple of poke checks. Easy for me to say at this late hour, but he had a couple of poke checks that were key in the first period, and then comes up with the goal there in the second period. Barrow was solid on the blue line as well. He's able to contribute with the assist on Alt's goal in the first period, and then the second period, that vital goal right at the end of the period to give U.S. a 4-2 lead heading into intermission. Obviously, we all know George Bryn and how good he is on the blue line for U.S., but this group is developing well as a unit, and you're seeing that with the development of guys like Osicki and like Barrow stepping up in big moments like this and performing well for U.S. Obviously, they're in the third period. It got tedious. I think the Preppers were custodial with how they handled that third period, maintaining that 4-2 lead. Things like Henry Sada just working his butt off on the forecheck and along the boards and just trying to be as chippy as he can. U.S. doing well to just kind of maximize their puck possession. And, it got interesting there late, to be sure. Keenan O'Toole with the rebound goal to make it a 4-3 game. But there in the final minute, U.S. showed some mettle and they hung on, and that's what matters this time of year. We've had concerns from a one-loss standpoint during the course of the season, but obviously U.S. is playing a brutal schedule, and I think you're starting to see it pay off here. Some fairly young guys to go with, some vets like Jack Henry and George and Henry. But this group is really coming along, and they're in the Kent District Final, and it'll be rocking on Friday night at Kent, to be sure, against Gilmore. I don't think that'll be an empty barn. Call me crazy, but it'll be fun Friday night at Kent, and U.S. is able to go for another Frozen Four berth after a very hard-fought 4-3 win over Shaker Heights on Saturday.